All right, let's get into the weekly watch report where we talk about the things we watched this week. Weekly watch report on Monday, weekly watch report on Monday, weekly watch report on Monday, weekly watch report on Monday. I watched the entirety of this show, Finding Her Edge, on Netflix. Now, let me tell you, it took up my entire Saturday morning. I put it on as soon as I woke up and just watched it the entire day. And let me tell you, this show is not good, but it's also amazing. Like it's a bad show and it's really bad acting and there's so many plot holes, but I love it. Okay? Like realistically, it's a C show, but I'm gonna have to give it like a B minus because of how much I enjoyed watching it. But let me tell you, it is endless. It's about young figure skaters. It's a YA Netflix
Hmm.
series. There's a little love triangles, sisters fighting, a dead mom, obviously, with a dad who's just trying to figure it out. Like it's got all the elements. And let me tell you, some of the acting is just so atrocious. Some of the scenes, it's like one of those shows where like you're like, and action, walk in the room. Like it's just every scene starts off with somebody walking into a room and starting the scene. Like it's just perfect. And I ate this shit up. And I would recommend if you're just looking for something simple and easy to watch that maybe makes your heart flutter at times, or you get angry and you get so into it, but it's really just not that good at the same time.
Well, from what you're describing, it's giving me sort of like My Life with the Walter Boys kind of vibes, like where you're
Right.
like
Although I like
you're
this better.
you're locked into the story, but you're like this is objectively not good, but
No,
I'm watching.
right. And I can't wait for the second season now. Like it ends on a cliffhanger
Yeah, yeah.
and I am in. So it's a C show, but my eyes it's a B minus. So I want that to be clear on the graphic. Because I don't want people to turn the show on and go B minus. It's not. But if you enjoy this kind of TV, you'll see what I mean.
Mm.
So, gosh, I wish I could just have it from the beginning and erase my brain. It just hit the spot. Um, I'm still watching Love Island Australia. I don't even know what episode I'm on, and I will give that a B. Love Island All Stars. I watched the first like four episodes. It is slow for me, slow to start. I'm not super in right away. I'm
You
finding
got to
it hard.
fight through it. It's so good now.
I'm finding it hard for it to grab my attention right now, but I'm going to continue. I will also give that. No, you know what? I'll give Love Island Australia an A minus, and I will give Love Island All Stars a B. Um, Send Help. Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien saw it in theaters, which I'm happy I did because we had missed the beginning part when we went to the screening. I will give it a hmm. I'm torn between an A minus and a B plus.
I think the fact that you like went to go see it again happily like gives it an A minus,
I'll
you
give it an
know?
A minus. I'll give it an A minus. I really enjoy the movie. I think it's an original idea
Yeah.
and they are phenomenal in it. And I love just a fun movie. Like not everything has to be award-winning movie. Look into it like, oh, with this and my snobby little nose on how this little like no, it can just be a fun time
Yeah.
and also be a great movie. And that's what I think this is. And
Great
it's
performances. It's
funny.
got it's got like a great Rotten Tomato score.
And it really captivates you. I think
Yeah,
the two of them, like, really, you're never bored throughout this
No.
movie, even
Nope.
though it's just the two of them.
yeah. I also didn't really know. I didn't expect like the amount of gore that it had, like going into it. I thought it was going to be more of like a comedy. But
Who
I thought it was
told
a
you it
good.
was scary?
I mean, I thought it was like a good mix of comedy and horror. But I think the comedy, like for me, was like the better part of it. Like the jump scares throughout never really like got me. Like it wasn't. I was never like scared, but I very much enjoyed it. I thought it
Yeah,
was
Yeah.
good. I thought like each of them, like obviously they had great chemistry.
I'm glad you enjoyed it because I took you guys and was like, endorsing the movie. And when we were leaving, I was like, so did you guys like it? Because I was nervous that I had brought everyone to a movie that they did not like.
I asked Rhea for like everybody's full reviews because I was like, why do I feel so defensive about like I'm like I feel so defensive about this movie. Like, tell me how everyone thought about it because if they didn't like it, we're gonna have a problem. Like
I
I'm like,
It,
basically, yeah, I basically said exactly what you said. I was like, Noah said he was found it really entertaining, but that the horror elements didn't work for him.
yeah,
yeah.
it's number one in the box office, like after the first opening weekend, which is impressive.
I'm
But
so happy for them.
and also it's like, yeah, it is impressive when it's just a movie with really just two people. Um, I know, like, and it kind of there's never really much like downtime, even though you'd think there would be, because like they're on an island. But I left to go to the bathroom at one point, and I'm like, all right, this. I was actually thinking on my walk to the bathroom, like, I'm so good at picking times to go to the bathroom. Like, this is a perfect. I'm not gonna miss anything, and I won't spoil it. But I came back and like I missed so much. Like, I like was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
I thought that in my head when you got up to go to the bathroom. I thought he thinks this is a good part, but this
I
is
was
such
like,
a bad
perfect.
part, and
Something
I'm
just
not.
happened.
And I
I'm
wasn't
gonna.
gonna, reach over Kelly to be like, tell Noah not now. Like I wasn't gonna cause a
It was
scene.
also like the same thing when Tommy went, and then I had to tell him when he came back because he went into something that like you had to see, otherwise you'd be very confused on what's going on. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, they were good.
yeah. I'll give that an A minus, and I think that's all for me.
Um, I've been really locked into Love Island All Stars. I am caught up. So the last week of episodes on Peacock, I'm caught up on. Honestly, I'm gonna give it an A minus. I've been like waiting for the new episodes every night. I know you're watching, so I don't want to spoil it, but God, I really want to talk about it.
I'll
They
catch up. I have time today where I'm going to catch up on All
they
Stars.
they just brought in a bunch of Americans in a way that they've never done before. We got like Casa Amor is Villa USA. Like they
Hmm.
got a bunch of people, which is just very interesting. Like it's breaking my brain seeing these people talk to each other. I'm like, in my mind, you live in different worlds. You were all Love Island, but like seeing Millie like talking to guys from Love Island USA, I'm like, this is just crazy and it's very entertaining. I'm excited to see what happens because I'm like, I don't know why the Love Island UK people in my mind, I'm like, they're royalty. Like these are
Hmm.
reality stars. And then some of the Love Island USA people, I'm like, he doesn't deserve to talk to Millie. But it's very entertaining. I'm very excited to see what happens and like what connections are made and what happens when everybody comes back together. I want to say something about Helena just quickly, and it's not too much of a spoiler, but I didn't really love Helena on her season. I'm feeling for her on this one. I'm just like she's getting the short end of the stick time and time again, and I'm like, come on, guys, really like whatever. She seems lovely. It's just I feel like she's getting kind of screwed here. But I've been loving it, really, really good. Caught up on Southern Charm. I'm just like sad and tired of watching Craig and Austin fight with each other. It's
Hmm.
just like it's happened for multiple seasons now. It's either be friends or don't be friends, but the way Craig referred to Austin as his enemy. And I thought that is a crazy thing to say about someone that's whatever level of friend you're at right now. But he's like, "Oh, you're gonna listen to my enemy?" I'm like, "Your enemy?" So I mean, they're just going at it. They're in a bad place. They're fighting. They try and go to like a boys' dinner to for everyone to get back on the same page, and they're just not getting back on the same page. And it sucks because it's like not super fun to watch, in my opinion. And I think, granted, that comes into play with like being friends with both of them and then just being like, oh, guys, like, come on. Like, I need someone to shake them to be like, get over it. Like,
Hmm.
but that's kind of where I'm at because I just feel like there's other storylines and there's other things happening. and it's getting really dominated uh by this friendship fight or whatever, whatever you want to call it. I also think Austin may have gotten a little screwed with the edit for like the coming like on the rest of this season of Southern Charm. The way it's cut makes it look like he cheats on Audrey with Sally. That like it looks like he
Mm.
kisses Sally and then they break up, which is not what happened. Um, as far as I know, I feel like they broke up before that, but from what I saw, I feel like he had kind of said, "Oh, this is like not right. This is not accurate, factually
Hmm.
accurate here." So see how that all see how that all plays out. I'll give it a B. I'm still enjoying it. I'm still watching it. Um, everything else, to be honest, I don't think I've really watched anything else.
Have to grade Traders, A.
Oh, Traders, duh. A. I watched that immediately when I got home. Joe and I started Ponies. We watched the first two
Oh
episodes.
yeah.
I'm really excited to continue watching that. I really liked the first two episodes. I think that Haley Lou Richardson and Amelia Clark are fantastic together. I'll give that a B as well. I'm excited because I think it's just only going to get better. It was like a good couple setup episodes, and I hope I have time to watch that. Just like been a lot of travel, and that is watch anything on who. Yeah, I think I kind of think that's everything I watched. I haven't watched too much. Um, catching up. The last part of Salt Lake City reunion part three. I'll give a B plus. I think we got some more details of friendships, of relationships. I felt very sad for Bronwyn of where things went for her and Todd in the show, and um, it kind of broke my heart to hear Bronwyn talk about it, like Todd not really knowing how the internet was like reacting to him, or I think he just thought like his actions were not weird or unusual or anything. Like he didn't think things were a big deal. And then I think Bronwyn kind of made it seem like he went down a rabbit hole of, searching his name and looking at Reddit and like doing all these things. And that it just like really, really hurt him. And that made me sad.
Hmm.
But sounds like they probably weren't going to come to an agreement of where they want to go right now with their life because I think Bronwyn really enjoys doing the show and being a part of it, and Todd clearly doesn't feel the same. I think there seems to be a lot more going on with Whitney and Justin than they've been leaving on. Like Whitney got really emotional, walked off set when they were talking about this too. So just fighting through some relationship stuff, but yeah, I'll give that. Did I give it a grade? I'll give it a B. Part three reunion. Tell Me Lies episode 5. I remember
Yes, I watched that too.
in my mind, I was like, when you remember opening a certain app and then you're like, what was I watching? Then I realized I watched it on the plane and had to fast forward through a couple parts.
Yeah. Well, Tell Me Lies, I watched at the beginning of the week. So for some reason, when Monday comes around,
I
I'm
know
like,
it's you
I
completely
forgot that
forget
I
about.
even watched it.
I know if you feel like you completely forget about it.
Yeah. But we only have three more episodes after this.
Yeah, which is crazy because I feel like there's definitely things happening, but I'm waiting to see how it all develops. Let me tell you, I have enjoyed at least this last episode feeling like there's less Steven. Like, I feel like I'm
Hmm.
watching less Steven. I feel like I'm watching more with the other characters.
Yeah.
Uh, look, I know obviously it doesn't pan out well, but watching Wrigley and Bree together, I'm like, fuck, they're so
I like,
cute. I'm like,
I'm
shit.
really rooting for
Like
them.
Wrigley going with Bree to be with her mom, and like I was like, oh my god, the car, like they're so sweet. And then
Hmm.
he's teaching her how to swim. I'm like, ugh, he's teaching her how to swim, which just breaks my heart because you fucking know that they don't end up together. It doesn't work for them. Ugh, man. But I watching their origin story, I guess, is really cute. I know they're probably not. probably shouldn't be rooting for them since they're both cheating on the people they're
But
with.
but but
But
the
they're
annoying thing is,
all
yeah, the
like,
annoying thing is that he's not actually doing it because he feels bad, but Pippa's been cheating on him for this
Yeah,
whole
no, I know, I
time.
know.
yeah,
Exactly. It's
Pippa's
that's
been
why
cheating on
it's
him the
yeah,
whole time. So you're like, you know what? Do it, Wrigley. Pippa's
Yeah.
cheating
totally.
on you. And then Evan cheated on her with
Yeah,
Lucy. And so you're just like, you know what, Bree, be with Wrigley. Like,
totally.
you're all bad.
And Evan just like treated Molly like shit. Like everyone was like
Yeah,
kicked Molly to the curb when Bree came back. So
right.
no, they're all treating each other like shit. That is 100% true. Uh I love every time Diana fucking gives it to Steven. And like he
Mhm.
tried to be like, I got into Yale law, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, I did too. And I'll get in wherever I want. Um, because I don't want to be near you. However, whatever he's about to do with those photos is gonna be real bad.
He's such a
Uh,
scumbag.
he's such a scumbag. If he sends those to like the fucking admission, like school, like what's he gonna do? Send them to Stanford Law admissions? Like, I guess he might. I don't know. It's so crazy to me. Or like sending them out so that there's some sort of scandal and then she doesn't get into law school is going to drive me fucking insane because Diana, like, is the only one with a soul and
Truly.
deserves to go to law school and she's gonna get fucked because of Steven. So
Yeah, he's, oh my
ugh,
God, such a scumbag.
It was
it really
satisfying to
is.
watch Steven like want to be really happy and celebrate with his friends and realize that he has no friends.
No
And he has
friends.
no one to celebrate with.
Like,
And
hey, you
that's
No
guys want to
friends.
fine.
drink? Like, anyone want to? I got into Yale. Like,
Like, no one gives a
Yeah.
shit.
No one gives a shit because you're terrible. But
Yeah,
I'll give this episode a B plus.
me too.
okay, yeah, I was gonna give it a B plus too. Um, I'm like, I think I saw people saying it was kind of a boring episode. I thought it was like, I was pretty like locked in. So,
Hmm.
good to B plus.
I think people are just so used to crazy shit happening every episode that when you have one episode that's like, uh, it's a good lead in. You need that episode because you're gonna find out what Steven does with the picture. I think Brie, like the Brie and Wrigley stuff, is gonna become huge.
Hmm.
So it was a good episode. It just wasn't like crazy explosive. Um, and by the way, the end with Lucy, poor Lucy's so fucked up. Sorry, I forgot to bring that up. Playing the audio of Steven and it's just you're like,
It's
oh,
so, yeah,
you're
And
you're
then
in a
when she's
bad place and need major therapy.
that's
Like,
trauma right there.
yeah,
That
that's
And
is
major
then what's the
trauma.
guy that she's hooking up with? I forget his name.
Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, when he's like I didn't know this was coming from a place of trauma, and she's like, it's not. It's like, no, it
You're
is.
like, no, girl, it is.
Oh, it is big time.
Yeah.
I watched the newest episode of The Beauty.
I'm more
I
behind.
Yeah, I very much enjoy the show. I'm really locked in. Like, I think I like everything about this show, other than Ashton Kutcher. Like Ashton Kutcher,
Damn.
just every time I see him, I'm like, there's Ashton Kutcher, but he's not like playing a character that I kind of like buy into. I'm like like he's just being Ashton Kutcher, but he's supposed to be this kind of like evil rich guy. I don't know. Maybe I'll find myself believing it more as like we really haven't seen much of his character, but that's the one part that I like don't necessarily like so far. But everyone else is great. Evan Peters, like all the main people, Anthony Ramos,
Mhm.
obviously, like I'm like that's like one of my shows that I'm like more looking forward to each week. So I'll give that a B plus. Traders, I'll give an A. Um, like it's just fun when a trader's like causing chaos. So like
Mhm.
whether Rob's playing the game right or not, like I feel like I saw Boston Rob and Bob the Drag Queen kind of like saying they didn't agree with like a lot of his moves and like how he went about it. But it's still just like fun to see traders going at each other. The pit, given A minus.
I
I
gotta
feel
watch
like it's
that
starting to
too.
pick up. That's another one where I feel like people are saying like it's kind of like going a little slow, but I'm pretty locked in, and I feel like next episode will be like a big one, I think.
I feel like that was how season one went too. Like the first two episodes
Yeah.
of season one weren't crazy, and then crazy shit
Yeah,
happens.
we're like almost halfway, I would guess.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I think that's just like always gonna be a great show. I'll give it an A minus. Send Help, yeah, B plus. Already talked about that. Oh,
Woohoo!
I watched Miracle, The Boys of 80, which is the new documentary about the Miracle
Miracle on
hockey,
Ice. Yep.
which one of my favorite movies, and I'll watch anything about that. And this documentary is like all you could really ask for. Like they have everyone who's still alive from the team. They like go back to Lake Placid. They're being interviewed. Like they're going back to the locker rooms and like all these stories you didn't ever know. It's great. Like teared up a couple times. And it's
Aw.
also like a good way to with like the actual Winter Olympics happening like in a week. It's a good way to get into that mood.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Finding Her Edge, the figure skating.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it makes you like, yeah, I'm excited to watch. Even though like I always say I'm gonna watch the Olympics, and then it's just too much. I just never do. It's like I never
Hmm.
know what to do. But give that an A. And I watched Frankenstein, which if you had just said Frankenstein, I like had no interest. But then I kind of heard people saying, I mean, obviously it's like up for some Oscars, that it was like a great movie, but I just was hard to not have like the cartoony Frankenstein in my head when I was
Hmm.
hearing about this, like the green whatever. But I actually liked it like a lot more than I expected. Um, just like as a movie as a whole, I don't know if I agree that Jacob Elordi should have been nominated. Like I don't think he like necessarily gave like an incredible like he was good, but like I don't think he had to do anything crazy. Like I don't know. What
I
do
don't
you
know.
what's
I
the
I
disagree. I
wanna,
think
I
that's a
wanna,
pretty crazy physical like role
yeah.
you have to play.
I also want to step in and say that my grandpa texted me because he saw us on The View and he was like, "Hi, Maria, you made it. You're on The View. Love you." Like he was so excited. And then he said, "Just saw Frankenstein with that guy, Jacob. He was terrific. Picture was great. Watched it twice." And then I
Wow.
said, "Oh, really? I've heard great things. I haven't watched yet, but I'll have to." And he said, "I'm going to watch it again, LOL."
Three times?
Oh,
He
I
is
thought it was
gonna
really good.
he is gonna watch Frankenstein for a third time. That's how terrific Jacob was in his
Yeah.
eyes.
I mean, I thought like just personal opinion, like I thought Oscar Isaac was like a better I was more like drawn to him in the movie, but great movie. Like yeah,
yeah,
really
it
good.
is Guillermo del Toro. You know, it's not like it was some
Yeah.
it's fluke. So it's a very well done, interesting take on the movie
Yeah. So I'll
on
give
whatever
that
the character. You know.
a B plus. And oh yeah, we never even like said that, but that was funny that we were on The View.
We were on The View because we were talking about Jacob Elordi and Margot Robbie and their press tour for Wuthering Heights. And they pulled the clip from our podcast where we were discussing, how actors, when they have husbands or wives, act together. And it was so funny because Whoopi was like, and we have a clip from this podcast.
And then after they played the clip, which ended with me like saying like you have a husband, and like most of the View people were like laughing, but Whoopi was there like looking like miserable. Like
No, well, the
who
clip
the
ended
fuck
with
was that?
the clip ended with Fran being like, "Well, I don't blame her."
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, why don't you take my moment, Noah?
Yeah, and all the ladies were no, all the ladies were laughing at that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what they were laughing at.
Except for Whoopi, you did not think that was
Whoopi
Whoopi, I
funny.
looks,
didn't think that was funny.
but people are like, does she not realize like she's doing the same thing? Like
Well, I think
she
that's
like
what
is
it's just an
very
old school mentality where like we went through this whole discussion with talk shows and podcasts. It's like you're you're basically doing one's on TV, one's on the internet.
Yeah, and also Whoopi is like probably in the mindset of like I'm an actor and these people are acting, you know. They're doing
Hmm.
their job. What do these little girls on this couch know about the art of acting?
yeah. It's also funny that it
Right.
was when we were in our hotel. It wasn't even like in our studio. It
We're
was
not
like
even in a studio. We're just in a random hotel.
Yeah.
But I was happy to see us on there.
no,
I was,
that
So
was
I
look,
was,
another.
someone in the production room of The View is watching Chicks of the Office. So
yeah.
and they love Noah. Noah makes a big statement every time he's
My mom said
Well,
that she was like on the phone. By the way, like just I think this one I saw people messaging about. Like obviously the first one, if she hadn't been watching, I don't think any of us would have ever known about that.
mm,
But she
oh,
was like,
it got DM'd to us a couple times.
the
yeah,
Kate
it did.
Hudson.
All of them. Like I'm just saying,
Yeah.
people when like they're
Well, the
like, you
kid
were
Um,
on the
has to
View.
think
by the
after the
way,
fact.
my grandpa
Yeah.
watches, so he would have filled us
No, I know. I'm not saying the
in.
first time they didn't like say chicks off. So if you didn't
Yeah,
know that Kate Hudson was like referring to something that happened on our show,
right.
but she was like watching. She was on the phone and she said she like looked up at the TV and she was like saw you guys and was like thought that she like switched the channel or something. Like was so confused. But that was like I woke up again and I'm like, what? I thought Rachel McAdams like went on the View and that's.
Oh, that's
But
so funny.
the last thing I watched was I watched The Rose Burn. If I had legs, I'd kick
Hmm.
you.
Get Q.
Which I wasn't looking forward to watching ever. Like that's why I've been putting it off for so long because I knew it was going to be like this anxiety-inducing movie just by the trailer and by like the reviews and everything. And it was actually worse in that aspect than I could have even imagined. Like
Damn.
the way that they shot this movie, like alone, like all things like to the side, other than like that gives you anxiety. Like I don't know how to explain it without watching it, but like sh- she has a kid throughout the whole movie that's like has lines and is talking. You never see the kid. It's just like a close up of Rose Byrne's face. Like, and I know what they're trying to do, and I think it worked. Of like, this is kind of how she feels, where like she's trapped in
Hmm.
blah, like, and she ha has no contact with the outside world or whatever it is. But like, it's not like an enjoyable watch whatsoever. ASAP Rocky's in it. Like,
Mm.
he's good in it. But I like didn't enjoy my time watching this. I'll say like she gave a great performance and I think like definitely worthy of the Oscar nomination, but not something I'll ever be rewatching and like I was just kind of wanting it to end throughout the whole time. So I'll give it a B minus. So that's how.
Higher grade than I was expecting you to
But
give
Yeah.
it
the
for
thing
that
is like I
review.
don't want to give it a bad grade because it gave me anxiety because that would kind of be like someone watching Marty Supreme or Uncut Gems and being like, oh,
Yeah,
like I hated that when
Right.
it's like it's a good movie for what it was
And I
trying to
think that's
do.
like the point.
That's the point of the
Like the
movie
movie is
is
trying to give you
hmm,
yeah,
anxiety. So it's
yeah.
like in that case, they're doing their job.
right.
Conan O'Brien is in it. He plays like her therapist. He's funny and good in it, but yeah, it was just it's like Marty Supreme is like a fun anxiety. This is just like of bad anxiety.
Like an impending doom.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially like if I might have like smoked a little beforehand and it was just like not the that was not the move.
That was not the move for this movie.
Damn.
Yeah. So
All
yeah, that's all
right.
I got.
All right. Well, that is everything we watched this week.